is a daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television, with your host İlham with most important events of the day. According to the press service of the President, on November 24th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, had a phone conversation with President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin. During the conversation, they discussed the issues related to the implementation of provisions of the joint statement signed by the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, the President of the Russian Federation, and the Prime Minister of Armenia, dated November 10th. They hailed the durable ceasefire regime and the establishment of close ties between the leadership of the Russian peacekeeping mission and the leadership of the relevant structures of Azerbaijan. The heads of state also discussed the issues to provide humanitarian aid to the Azerbaijani and Armenian people. During the conversation, the sides also discussed the issues of construction of transport infrastructure and the opening of transport communication in accordance with the provisions of the joint statement signed on November 10th. They expressed confidence that long-term peace would be ensured in the region. As we reported, on November 23rd, the President, the Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Ilham Aliyev, and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva visited the city of Aghdam, liberated from the occupation.
Düşmənin, baxın, müdafiə xətti Ağdam şəhərinə qədər bir neçə müdafiə xətti var idi düşmənin, baxın. Biz işğaldan azad edilmiş torpaqlara keçirik. İstiqamət Ağdam şəhəri. Ağdam şəhərini və işğal altında olmuş Ağdam rayonunun torpaqlarını bir güllə atmadan azad etdik. Düşməni döyüş meydanında məğlub edərək məcbur etdik ki, Ağdam rayonundan düşmən çəkilsin. Bakın bir tane de müdafiə xətti. Çəkir onu. Sağda da düşmən tərəfindən dağılmış Azərbaycan vətəndaşlarının evləridir. Dünya görsün ki, vəhşi düşmən nə günə qoyub bizim kəndlərimizi. Hansı vəhşilərlə biz üz-üzəydik. Hansı vəhşiləri biz məğlub etmişik. Bütün dünya bunu görməlidir. dənə də salamat bina yoxdur. Hamısını dağıdıblar. Sağda da var. Sol tərəfdə də hansısa dönüb binadır. Evlərimizi, kəndlərimizi dağıdıb, torpaqlarımızdan istifadə edib. Bütün hərbi cinayətlərə görə düşmən cavab verəcək. Ağdam şəhərinə də biz jurnalistləri, o cümlədən xarici jurnalistlərini dəvət edəcək. Diplomatik korpus nümayəndələrini dəvət edəcək.
President, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Ilham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva arrived in the liberated city of Ağdam. The head of state raised the tricolor flag of Azerbaijan in Ağdam. In Ağdam, which was liberated from occupation 27 years later, today our national flag is waving proudly. Every Azerbaijani watches this footage with pride and great joy. Both footages are from Ağdam, just 27 years apart. There is no trace of the well-organized and prosperous city built by hard-working people in which life was once in full swing. The Armenian occupants, remaining committed to their character, turned the white roofs of Ağdam into ruins and destroyed the city. The head of state and the First Lady visited the Ağdam Mosque. A mosque with 2 minarets, which became a place of hope, a place of refuge for people who survived the Khojalı genocide, was also brutally destroyed by a predatory enemy. We have honorably fulfilled our historic mission, liberated the occupied lands from the enemy. Victory on the battlefield made it possible to liberate Ağdam, as well as Kəlbəcər and Laçın districts from occupation without a single shot and a martyr. President Ilham Aliyev said this in his speech in front of the historic mosques in the city of Ağdam. The RSA noted that over the past 30 years, Azerbaijan had gathered strengths. Resolutions adopted by international organizations played an important role in creating the necessary legal framework for resolving the conflict. Noting that in addition the realities related to the conflict were brought to the attention of the world community, complete information about the Khojalı genocide was presented to the world for its recognition as a genocide, President Ilham Aliyev stressed that our economic power also played a significant role in achieving the victory. If we were not independent from economic point of view, we would not have been able to achieve political independence, said the head of state, stressing that without political independence, we would not have been able to liberate our lands from the enemy. Noting that in addition important measures were being taken in the field of army building, President Ilham Aliyev said that today the experience of Azerbaijan was being studied in many developed countries, and many experts note that Azerbaijan was waging a war of the 21st century. It's impossible to win with one weapon. The flag is raised, hoisted on the enemy positions on the liberated lands by soldiers and officers. Our soldiers and officers fought like lions, President Ilham Aliyev said, and stressed that there are more than 10,000 deserters in the Armenian army. The Armenian army has been destroyed, President Ilham Aliyev said. Today it's very painful to see the city of Ağdam in a ruined state, the head of state said, and noted that he had presented the Ağdam mosque was the Holy Quran brought from Mecca. President Ilham Aliyev appealed to Western circles, to some Western leaders today expressing concern about Christian churches in the liberated territories, asking whether the leaders of Western states, inciting Islamophobic feelings, turning a blind eye to the desecration of Islamic shrines, are worried about the state of our mosque, which now they see. President Ilham Aliyev said that the destroyed city of Ağdam, a witness to Armenian vandalism, will be rebuilt.
Biz qələbəmizi dəmir yumruq hesabına qazanmışıq. Düşməni qova-qova və indi durmuşuq öz torpağımızda. Eşq olsun Azərbaycan xalqına, eşq olsun Azərbaycan əskərinə, Azərbaycan zabitinə. Ağdam bizimdir, Qarabağ Azərbaycandır.
Burada dağıdılmamış bina yox.
Minare. Kaldırdığım bayrak. Eşk olsun.
President İlham Aliyev signed an executive order on the design and construction of Bərdə-Ağdam railway line. According to the executive order, 5 million monads from the reserve fund of the president are allocated to Azərbaycan Railways Closed Joint Stock Company as the initial stage for the design and construction of Bərdə-Ağdam railway line with overall length of 45 kilometers. Azerbaijan's Ministry of Defense has released the video footage of the liberated from occupation Abdal and Gulabli villages of Ağdam district. Armenia has tried to completely erase the ancient Albanian, Orthodox, Muslim religious and cultural heritage in the occupied territories. This view is reflected in a joint statement by heads of religious confessions in Azerbaijan issued on the destruction of religious sites in Karabakh. The appeal addressed to the foreign heads of state and governments, heads of international organizations, religious leaders and international community states that Armenia's state policy is based on monoethnicity, aimed at leaving only Armenian traces in the occupied territories. Mosques, temples and cemeteries, historical monuments, museums, libraries in the occupied territories of Azerbaijan have been destroyed and looted. Caucasian Albanian Christian temples and Russian Orthodox churches have been Gregorianized. Mosques have been turned into bars and subjected to unprecedented insults, such as using them to keep animals forbidden in Islam. Unlike Armenia, thousands of Armenian descent living in peace in Azerbaijan, and the Armenian church and its library in the center of Baku have been renovated and protected by the state. We protected Azerbaijan's rights from inertia of the Minsk Group. Azerbaijan returns its territories. Foreign Minister of Turkey, Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, stated this during his speech in the ministry. Çavuşoğlu emphasized that Turkey will stand with Azerbaijan in the current process.
On October 11th, we signed another joint agreement with Russia in accordance with the fifth point of the agreement on the establishment of the Joint Ceasefire Monitoring Center in Karabakh. According to the agreement, we want to provide conditions of peace and stability in the region for a long period of time and hope that all sides will be satisfied. Rights of Armenia and the Armenian people will also be taken into account. Our country played a historically central role in the settlement of a 30-year crisis. We henceforth will continue to support fraternal Azerbaijan in its just fight.
The construction of the Füzuli-Shusha highway, the foundation of which was laid with participation of President, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Ilham Aliyev, continues. This highway will cover more than 20 settlements, including Füzuli and Shusha cities.
Today is a very significant day in the life of our country. It is a historic day. The foundation of the Füzuli-Shusha highway is being laid today. I heartily congratulate all the people of Azerbaijan on this occasion. This road is very important because this road leads us to Shusha, the crown of Karabakh. The Füzuli-Shusha road is the first infrastructure project implemented on the lands liberated from the occupation. According to the executive order signed by President Ilham Aliyev, taking into account the development prospects of the city of Shusha and Karabakh as a whole, the road will be wide and comfortable. It's assumed that the road, 101.5 kilometers long and 37.7 meters wide, will have 4 lanes. It's also planned to build 1 reserve lane in both directions with an additional wide driveway. Anar Najafli, head of the press service of Azərbaycan Avtomobil Yolları State Agency, said the Yeni Füzuli-Shusha main highway originates from the section of the M6 Hacı Qabul Bəhram-Təpə Minjivan, the state border with the Armenian Republic main highway, passing through the territory of the Ahmed Beyli village in Füzuli region and through the territory of the Füzuli, Khojavand and Khojalı regions liberated from the occupation. Currently, in accordance with the requirements of the building codes and regulations, earthworks are being carried out throughout the project. The necessary manpower and equipment were brought to the territory. To complete the construction of the new road as soon as possible, the project will be divided into several parts. Local and foreign companies with experience in road construction in areas with difficult terrain will be involved in the construction work.
3,646 infections with the novel coronavirus were registered in Azerbaijan. 1,259 people recovered after treatment and were released home. 34 people who had earlier tested positive for COVID-19 died. The overall confirmed cases in Azerbaijan have reached 98,927, with 65,734 recoveries and 1,194 deaths. The number of active infections is 31,999. To detect new infection cases over the past day, 14,358 tests and overall 1,631,597 tests have been conducted in Azerbaijan. The task force under the Cabinet of Ministers reported. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.